Welcome to the third episode of our podcast,
The Diary of a CEO Couple.
This is the beautiful designer, award-winning designer, Ann-Sophie Maria Müller.
And this is Patrick, a marketing guru.
The love of my life.
The lovable Patrick Müller.
The love of my life.
Patrick Müller.
Thank you.
You're welcome, my love of my life.
Okay, so we had just the other episode, so we decided, okay, we're in the mood, we do this third part straight away because we already talked in the last episode a little bit about UGC content. And now we talked also a little bit about influencers, and we thought, okay, we can go also now a little bit more into the influencers thing. In today's episode, we are talking a little bit more about, are influencers dead in 2023 or still alive?
And if they're still alive, what is happening with them, or where is the trend pointing towards?
Because in the last podcast, I was talking a lot. I hope you are taking over today.
No, this is like the distribution that we always have.
Okay, so you're fine with that, right?
And then...
I don't want the audience saying, oh,
No,
the woman is not talking a lot. Let the woman talk, you know?
Yeah, this is how we work, right?
I hope everyone else outside, I don't want to get a shitstorm, so.
Okay.
So we had the UGC content and said, okay, what's the difference? And basically we said, okay, I mean, every influencer could be a UGC content creator as well. And we talked in the last part of our last episode a little bit about it, that I heard, the worst thing I heard was from a few influencers saying, I'm so happy UGC content actually exists because now I can make money, I can make product reviews, and I don't have to post it on my feed.
Yeah.
And you were saying, oh, wow, that's horrible.
Yeah, that is horrible because they're missing the whole point of UGC content. This is they think it's just what they've been doing with their clients, just that they don't have to post it on their own channel, so only the brands post it. And this is exactly what makes me crazy in a way that people don't really understand the point of UGC. Or, I mean, we've talked about this in the last episode, but influencers thinking that UGC content creation is exactly the same they've been doing, just that they don't have to post it on their own channel is just,
reality.
I mean, it probably will be.
I mean, in the last
reality,
couple of years already.
But that's not the whole point.
Yeah. I think it's crazy because, or not crazy, but I think it's the reality finally comes to an end. I mean, the whole influencer world in the last couple of years was already very, very, very annoying in a lot of cases, where people basically start doing, or where influencers do content just to make money, and they don't love the brand, they don't care about that. And how many influencers we talk to, they actually don't even know the brand, they don't like the brand, they don't care about the brand, but they want just to make money and sales and whatever, and as much as possible. And from the brand side as well, a lot of times it really doesn't mean so much anymore, because the people are smarter than a few years ago. They are more committed to the influencers thing, and that it's unreal anyway. A lot of brands are not paying a lot anymore for influencers because they don't really see the value or don't see sales at the end of the day, right? And I feel when people say, oh, it's finally has not to be on my channel, on my feed, then they are finally honest about what they feel.
Okay, yeah, I get it. I understand where you're coming from.
I mean, I think 2023 is very, very interesting to see for influencer marketing and the UGC content creation. I think especially paid ads will be the biggest point online, and people will spend much more money in paid ads than they do in influencers. And I think we have to talk about in what scenarios is the influencer still sensible? When does it make sense to hire an influencer for a brand? What's your opinion about that?
I think overall, though, I mean, the influencer market will, or the landscape more like that, will change in a way that influencers themselves, they know that the landscape is just oversaturated. The market of influencers is just growing and growing. And also from the brand's perspective, they have so much choice. And that is why I see influencers trying to, find more of a niche for themselves, not just saying like I do fashion and beauty and lifestyle, but maybe even further, even more like narrowed down to, okay, I do this kind of fashion, I do this kind of beauty, whatever. So they can really set themselves apart from other influencers in their categories. So I think this is how influencers themselves can or have the opportunity to like set themselves apart and still be valuable to brands. Because then brands don't just go to the market and look for the biggest influencers, they look for the influencers that actually make the most sense to them. And in that way, I think it's very senseful.
Yeah. Okay. I feel it will be the big awakening for a lot of influencers in 2023. I feel the influencer industry will suffer a lot, especially in the higher, not in the high end, in the higher categories, like 1 million, 2 million, 5 million followers.
Oh, okay.
Like this around. I think there will be a big hype. And there I see also 2023, the biggest sense in nano influencers and micro influencers, like everything under 100,000. I feel this is going to be wild 2023,
yes.
Especially when I would have like a brand, for example, to sell something online. I would work with paid ads, UGC, and influencers like the micro influencers around 10,000 to 50,000 followers.
Yeah.
This would be my mixed zone of making marketing for my brand. The reason for that is really easy. Like the value for 1 to 5 million followers depends on the country. But let's say, for example, in Germany, because we have good market prices there, you're paying around $20,000 for a post. And the first thing, brand awareness is done. Because brand awareness not really matters anymore. People know that the people get paid. So it's not really that they will then stay with the brand even when the influencer is not doing the marketing anymore. They will change straight away when their influencer is changing the product as well. So this posting, this 20,000 is not really worth it anymore. Then the second part is the costs in return. You don't get so much in return that it matters the cost for a lot of products. I'm not talking about like high-end products, but especially $5, $10 products for the mass market. You need to sell a lot to make this happen. Yeah. And this is not going to be happen with the influencer post from 1 or 2 million in a lot of cases. Also, you see that Instagram's algorithm especially really doesn't work fine. And you see on TikTok, you can have 1 million followers, you make a product video and you just get 5,000 views. It doesn't matter how many followers you have. You don't get enough reach.
In that case, for the micro-influencers would be a super high ROI.
Exactly.
Because you don't have to spend much and you get, in return, you get much more because it's, again, authentic content.
Yeah.
Right?
Let's say you have a channel with 10,000 followers. You will have 100 or 50 real fans. The rest just followed you, but 50 real fans. You pay 500 or 400 bucks for the marketing. Yeah. And because you don't change the product every 4 weeks because you're a small influencer, you have 50 potential new customers you can straight away reach. And also a lot of more people from your 10,000 followers which you maybe reach. So to sell a few products like continuously after that is very likely. So this makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
So I think the market will be in 2023, you will still have the high-end influencers. Yeah. So Kim Kardashian, for example, this is something that works. And if you bring your brand there, half the world will see it. So this is something, or Mr. Beast or something, this people, you can really show half the world your product. This brings brand awareness and this will still be valuable for the bigger brands, but the middle will fall apart and then the smaller will rise because you can have slower communities and you can maybe connect it with UGC content. And then you take the content, you put a lot of paid ads on it. Because I would say if you pay $1,000 in influencers on TikTok and you pay $1,000 in a UGC ad where you pay 800 in the ads itself on TikTok and 200 to the UGC creator, I would bet you will have 30 to 50% more value out of it.
Yeah, this is exactly what social media platforms want you to realize, right?
Yeah.
So stop working with like the huge creators because the reach even they have will not be enough for the brand and for the investment. Rather go for low production cost and for content that you can just, buy for a few hundred and then put the paid media into that.
Absolutely. My prediction 2023, we will not see so much into influencers, but still have a few. Obviously, it will not stop. But I think especially the middle class brands will stop putting in a lot of money in.
Yeah, because they realize that it's not really worth their money.
Yeah.
But if they do work with influencers, then it probably will be with micro-influencers.
Yeah. I mean, I would work with that anyway.
Yeah.
This is something you need to do still. I think to get like a little bit of a push. I feel when you have a brand now and you want to go out there, natural grow, organic grow is kind of very, very, very hard. But to do it with like paid ads together, that's going to be wild. And I saw this the other day with this water brand from this Netflix creator. I think it's a co-founder of Netflix or something. He stopped working there. He sold everything. He's not doing this anymore. And now he has a water brand.
What's it called?
I don't know the brand name exactly, but it's called something completely crazy. What he's doing basically, he made a water can, put water in a can like Coke or stuff. And he said, okay, there's so many drinks, Coke, Sprite, juices, and all the stuff outside. And they are all in cans and look super fancy, and water is super boring. And as he heard a lot of times, oh, I don't drink water because it tastes like nothing and stuff, he was like thinking, okay, I should make a healthy drink in a cool can. And then he came up with like, wait, the healthiest drink is actually water. Why we don't do water? And then he said, okay, the market is dead with water. And what he thought was like, we should have a cool can. You put it in the supermarket, and in the supermarkets, they will, what the heck is that? And then have it in the hand. And in the moment when they take it in the hand, they will try it out just to try it out. And can you look it up? What's the name actually? There's something. Okay. So they came up with the name, what was like super not fitting to water, right? In the first place, the can design, we can show it here. The can design looks like completely like Monster, the energy drink.
Is it Liquid Death Mountain
Yeah,
water?
Liquid Death Mountain water. Look how it looks like.
It looks like beer.
Yeah, it looks like a beer. Yeah. It looks like a drink. It's we can show it here, right? And it looks so crazy.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So this is like, and now the clue, right? Now the clue out of it. What do you think this costs in Target or in Walmart?
Probably too much.
How much do you think?
$3-4?
Yeah, around this. I think $3 to $5, something like that. So for water, just because of the packaging, just because of the branding, just because of everything. And this brand went completely nuts viral with their first advertisement video. You have to watch it later. So you outside, watch this video. It went viral on Facebook, I think, with millions of views, paid ads, of course, but paid ads is not paid ads. You don't pay and it's always the same result. If you have good paid ads, good video material, and put the same money on it, it will be much more successful if you have a good video than you have than having a bad video. So he made a complete crazy video, so funny to watch. Like in a situation, a high pregnant woman standing in the living room to totally like, I think even it's a man, I'm not sure, has woman clothes on and is like saying he's pregnant. I'm not sure about that, but I'd open this and drinking it like in a rockstar situation. Then the typical, how you open a beer
with a knife
and then drink it on the side with the water. So they made it so funny to watch that you got like completely crazy with that. And this kind of advertisement is possible to grow then naturally because they paid once, but it was so successful that they just grow tremendously. Yeah. So this kind of stuff could work very, very well. And beside of that, I feel in 2023, we will see much more UGC content than content for influencers. I'm so excited for 2023 with like how the things on TikTok especially actually develop with like being SEO platform for Gen Z, then all the changes they do in their captions and made that the content can actually have more value, be more valuable, and then have more views. And on the other part, the big part of shopping, right? Purchasing.
Live stream shopping.
Live stream shopping, for example. I mean, we had this 20 years ago or 30 years ago with QVC. Teleshopping.
Yep.
And it comes back. Everything comes back. As you say, always in fashion, everything will come back.
Yeah, always.
Yeah. And this is exactly what happens now. We have teleshopping online on the phone, straight away in the app.
Yes, and connected to influencer marketing, I think that influencers will have like a pretty big space in that live stream shopping as well, because they have reach, right? If they want to sell stuff like on their live stream directly, brands have a big opportunity to reach a lot of people. What do you think?
What I see is when people are like, when influencers are live, I see it a lot when they are live that they don't have a lot of views in their life.
I think it depends on whether they do that on a regular basis or not. If they are just big and they've never done a live, or they just do it once every 2 months, then people are not expecting them to, go live, and they wouldn't check up on them. I think if they show their community, hey, this is something that I do on a regular basis, I do lives, I answer your Q&As, I take you with me on whatever trip, then I think it becomes bigger. Like the audience becomes bigger in live stream as well.
This comes to the point when we talk about like influencer, and we had like influencer advertisement in 2023, where we agreed that will be like a different story than now, but also own brandings, own brands, influencers' own brands. I feel this will be in the next 2 years, the next straw they are going to be to cash cow everything out what you can do from your followers, because I feel, as I said, for a lot of people, there will no influencer marketing in the future a lot anymore. But they have people following them. And I think it's more smart as well to have own products where you can really stand behind. And
absolutely. And you have more control over, your business and your what you do with your audience, basically.
And I feel that will be like 2023, maybe 2024, maybe it's too early for that. But I feel that a lot of influencers, they do this already with merchandise and stuff, but launching own products, small product series, I don't know, 1,000 deodorants or 2,000 lipsticks, just one special edition a year or something to give that out. What is the product? What is good? And then maybe build out of that a business that could be like a big thing for the influencers in the next coming 2 years, maybe starting already in 2023. Feel could be the case. But you especially see a lot of influencers which are or watch a lot of influencers in the women sector. So you know what's going on there. Is there actually a lot going on with sales, live sales or something?
Not from what I am consuming. I would say this is something that is more booming in Asia, or it's starting to become very frequent in Asia. But on the Western market, there is really little.
The Western market is very behind in a lot of things. When you see the QVC tele shopping thing, it's now coming like with TikTok Shop and stuff. In China, we had like this kind of stuff 5 years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? And now it's coming slowly into the US market, into the European market, where you had like years before always, what is happening in the US will happening everywhere in the world. It's kind of changing now.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. So in that sector, I wouldn't say they're ready yet. Yeah,
maybe. So we will have like a change there. So this is our expectation. To wrap it up again for 2023 and the influencer marketing, as I said, I feel a lot of people will do UGC content creation with combining with paid ads, and then work with nano influencers or micro influencers. And the big brands will still have the big brand ambassadors like the Kardashians or something else when they have the money to spread the awareness of being luxury. But I feel that between like, let's say 500,000 and 5 million, that will go down, maybe not go down in the amount of postings, but at least in the price on the market. I don't think it will scale up like it did in the last couple of years. Yeah, that's to wrap it up. Do you want to add on anything on the list? Say anything? Maybe getting the time back, maybe talk 10 or 15 minutes now that we have like 50-50.
Nope. No, you summed it up very, very nicely. I do think that the niche thing that I mentioned in the beginning is a very solid point for influencers to see how they can, be not more unique, but to have their own kind of niche, and for really show brands what they can offer, because they will ultimately build a very unique community, and brands from the outside can then target very specific audiences, which I think in 2023 is very valuable and very important.
Agree, completely agree. So yeah, guys, this was our episode for today in our podcast. And episode 3, actually, we are really happy to see you next week or the week after. We'll see what happens over the holidays. And if you have any questions about our predictions to 2023 in marketing, or you disagree or agree with the influencer courses, actually put it in the comments down below. That helps us to increase more views. Leave a like, leave a follow to see more, and we are happy to see you in the next episode.
Bye-bye.